From the Ascot of the East, it's Williams Grove Speedway in the northeastern side of Mechanicsville, Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It is week number 4 of the Coast to Coast Racing League Monday Night Madness, brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Millwrighting. We are getting set to go for our second sprint car race of the evening, and it's the B Division Rebels, brought to you by the World of Sports podcast. We welcome you to the Pitside Podcast pre-race show. Join Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig on the Pitside Podcast each week as they discuss the latest news and developments in the Coast to Coast Racing League, as well as other racing news in and out of iRacing. Good evening, friends. Marty Sakala with you on the call. Delighted you could join us for week number 4 of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Well, last week, if you missed us, we were at the Fairbury Speedway for week number 3. If you were a Rebel driver, oh boy, that did not end up pretty at all. The Renegades was pretty good, was pretty decent as well. At the end, though, we had back-to-back winners. Two wins on the season for Kyle Sargent, and 2 wins on the season for John Short in the Rebels and Renegades, respectively. We'll get more on the Renegades in a little bit. But the Rebels race, holy moly, was that a crazy one for sure. Let's give you the latest race results from that. It was Sargent leading 10 of 25 laps. Preston Cranmer had led the first 7 laps of the event. However, though, on a restart, he got turned by Brennan Lacey in the 414, giving the lead to Kyle Sargent. Sargent ended up getting the win. He had the best average lap, and he was the only driver amongst the field not to lose points due to incidents. He was able to receive 85 points plus the 10 bonus points for being incident-free. It was 5 for finishing the race with the 0 incidents and 5 for finishing at least 15 laps of the race. Why don't we get into your point standings? Your point standings are brought to you by our friends at Sim Racer Hub. If you run and manage an iRacing league, let Sim Racing Hub make it easier for you. Go to simracerhub.com for more information. Here are how the Rebel standings look coming into tonight. Well, it is Chris Schaefer. It is Chris Schaefer that comes in with the points lead with 195 points, a 1-point lead on the Ayla Outlaw and Preston Cranmer. Cranmer has 194 points. In third spot is Randy Shreves. Shreves has 187 points. Fourth is Sean Bowers with 186 points. Jack Clevenger is fifth with 181 points. Nicholas Schell stays in 6th spot. He has 179 points. In 7th is Roger Craig with 167 points. 8th, up 8 spots from last week, is Kyle Sargent with 159 points. 9th is Joe Halter with 151 points, and a tie for 10th between Ross Carina and Daniel Vaught, each with 141 points. Now, we are starting on a little bit of a delay. When you normally watch the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League Rebels, we get right into things. We get right into qualifying when we go on the air. However, though, that's not the case. We had our Raiders C Division take place. That got a little bit too crazy in terms of cautions, so that's why we're on a little bit of a back order at the moment. But we do have set for you tonight what looks to be a 23 car count. Let's watch some of the drivers on track. We'll watch the 302 of John Rayner show you your session times at the moment in warm-up. Currently it's Tyler Wilson that's the quickest. He's got a 16.858. If you are looking for other racers that enjoy racing without all the drama and name-calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League. We have 16 divisions that race 7 days a week and currently broadcast 9 of them. Members know that they are a part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to www.c2cro.com and click on Apply to join in on the action. The cars are virtual. The racing is real. Here's how the night's going to go tonight. We have a 3-minute qualifying session coming up next. Then we've got heats, just about 3 to 4 heats, depending on what the car count is. And we have 24 on the docket, so we should have 3 or 4 heats. Get to all the rest of the stuff here in just a minute. Qualifying about to take place, brought to you by our friends at ABR Setup Shop, a brand new sponsor of the Coast2Coast Racing League with more than 7 years of iRacing experience. 3-time iRacing Outlaw of Outlaw Sprint Car Series World Champion Alex Bergeron is your coach and your setup builder for iRacing. The goal is to make you the fastest on the track without any exceptions. Don't look any further. ABR Setup Shop offers weekly official race setups, custom setup requests for your specific races, and most importantly, one-on-one coaching sessions. First lap in the books, we are watching Jack Clevenger in the number 78. Joe Halter currently the quickest with a 17.398. Make it show and make it bot. 17.244 for the driver of the number 180. As the laps start to wind in, Kyle Sargent, where is he going to be? Going into on his first lap at the moment. Vaught remains the quickest, 17.25. Purple, if you see on the bottom of your screen, that means it's a possible pole lap. Tyler Wilson was in the purple in Sector 1. However, though, as Sargent goes second, Wilson goes up to 5th. Sargent currently second on lap number 1. Let's see how he does on lap number 2. Pole time in Sector 1. How about Sector 2? It's in the yellow. It's going to be close. He got it! 17.232 for the 2-time winner this season. Next up, we'll go to the number 85, Steve Ovens. Currently 15th quick, 17.67 on lap 1. Lap number 2 stays 16th. The quick time, meanwhile, for Ross Corinna at a 17.18. Flaro improves. You saw him on the bottom of your screen. 17.181. 3/1000ths of a second. Taking time, Preston Cranmer in the 07, lap 1, 17.390. Final driver to take time, and that will do it for qualifying. And this is a close one. It's a faster lap by 0.09 of a second. Cranmer goes to 6th quick, 17.302. So that does it for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, with a quick time of 17.045. The driver of the number 010, Ross Corinna, steals it from Jeff Flaro. Next up, we've got heats. Should have about 3 to 4 heats, I want to say. There'll be 8 laps. We invert the top 4 before we take the green flag. And the top 4 transfer in to the feature tonight. Everyone else goes down to the B main for extra practice. Everyone makes it on in because of the 24. If we have more, it's a last chance qualifier. Then it's a 3-minute warm-up, and then the feature. For the Rebels, it's 25 laps. Renegades is 30 laps. And we'll get all the rules during the feature time later on. Heat race number 1 is brought to you by our friends at the Super Dirt Car Series. The Northeast Premier Series showcases the big block modified premier drivers. From Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. In the words of the voice, Shane Andrews, they're the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. They're the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series. Here's how they line up for our first heat race of the evening. On the front row is Jeff Fitzpatrick and Tyler Wilson. On row number 2, it's Mike Schultz and Ross Corinna. Row number 3, Joe Backus and John Rayner. Lights are off, 1 lap until we take the green flag. Again, 8 laps, top 4 transfer. Winner of this heat starts from pole position tonight. Like to mention as well, our pace truck out on course. Our pace truck is brought to you by the Steve King Foundation. Formed to help the dirt track racing community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, track operations personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious illness, injury, or death. Pace truck is in pit road. First heat race of the evening. Fitzpatrick Wilson, the front row. We're green. Off the gun, it's Tyler Wilson with the edge. Here comes Ross Carrera up on the outside, looking to go from 4th to 1st. In the span of a lap, Wilson tries the slide job. He cannot come out in front, and Carrera leads lap 1. Tyler Wilson 2nd, Jeff Fitzpatrick 3rd, Mike Schultz currently in 4th with the final transfer spot. Joe Beckett's right behind him in the number 46, currently the first one out off the corner. Schultz a little bit tight on the exit of turn number 4. Battle for the lead about to heat up again between Carrera and Wilson. Fastest time is Ross Carrera, a 17.2. This was one of the tracks Carrera was very good at back in Renegade's competition. Now he's down into the Rebel side of things. Track has a very big cushion early on. Half slick, half tack. At the moment, you see the low line starting to give in, taking some rubber. So it's Carrera still with Wilson. Go back to the battle for 4th. Mike Schultz still with it over Joe Beckett. Schultz just made his way up from a top 10 finish in the Raiders division. See what happens. That's a brand new paint scheme promoting one of the best beers in Rochester, New York, and Western New York. Genesee beer, and it's so good. 3 laps to go in our first heat race. Schultz pulling away from Backus, trying to close in on Fitzpatrick. You right on board. That's where it's like just beneath the wing of the 016. 2 laps to go in heat race number 1. Gap from Carrera has increased up to a 2nd. Everyone's currently evenly paced out, coming to the stripe. White is out, 1 to go in heat race number 1. Ross Carrera will be a man to watch out for tonight. Had the quick time in time trials. And goes from 4th to 1st in 1 lap. He takes the heat race win. And Ross Carrera starts on pole tonight. Wilson, Fitzpatrick, and Schultz join him on the transfer slots. Waiting for everyone else to come across the start-finish line. And I think we are all good to go now. So stand by as we get heat race number 2 set and ready to go. Our second heat race of the evening is brought to you by Pet Partners, the leader in promoting the benefits of an animal-assisted therapy, activities, and education. With more than 10,000 registered therapy animal teams making more than 3 million visits annually, Pet Partners serves as a diverse and respected nonprofit organization. Pet Partners teams visit in a wide variety in settings such as patients in recovery, people with intellectual disabilities, seniors living with Alzheimer's, students, veterans with PTSD, and people who have experienced crisis events and those approaching the end of life. If you or someone you know is interested in pursuing a rewarding volunteer experience, Pet Partners can assist you at both ends of the leash, helping you become a registered therapy animal team. For more info, go to www.petpartners.com. Here's the lineup for heat race number 2 as the field starts to roll off. Mike Cranmer and Taylor Weiland make up the front row. Row number 2 is Preston Cranmer and Jeff Flaro. And row number 3, that's Steve Ovens and Kevin Fry. So we get set to take the green flag. We've actually have 2 onboards for you for the start of heat race number 2. I will show them to you. First off, our man Steve Ovens. Steve-O's got an onboard for us tonight. We also have another onboard for those wondering at home. And we'll try and pin him on our screen. There he is. That's Preston Cranmer in the number 07. Cranmer coming from the inside of row number 2. Cranmer's got that HTC Vive VR headset. So we're ready to take the green flag here. 5 drivers, top 4 transfer in. Mike Cranmer, Taylor Weiland, the front row. Here we go for the green flag. Taylor Weiland trying to check out of the hotel early here, side by side for a second. Look at Flaro trying to go up on the outside, looking for a second spot on the track, battling with Mike Cranmer. He's got that. And the battle for 4th is on between Preston Cranmer and Steve-O. Side by side they go. Let's go alongside Preston Cranmer. Looking at wheeling that thing. Look at that. Making the head move on the right side. That's the coolest thing about VR in my opinion. Taking away second spot, Jeff Flaro gets it on Mike Cranmer. Preston Cranmer currently 4th. Steve Ovens, the first one out in 5th position. And he is all over that rear wing of Preston. Right on board with Steve-O. See, he's got that smile on his face. Show you what it looks like in the cockpit. Mike Cranmer, by the way, off the pace as he is falling all the way back to 5th. That puts Steve-O in a transfer spot. He holds on to it. Look at him trying to wheel the thing. Halfway home here in heat race number 2. 1 car all the way down to the bottom of the track. That's Taylor Wineland. So Jeff Flaro, with the quickest lap of this race, has taken the race lead away. Contact between Wineland and Ovens. And that puts Mike Cranmer into a transfer spot. What has happened to Taylor Wineland all the way from 2nd down to the 5th position? 2 laps to go at the line. It is a battle for this win between Preston Cranmer and Jeff Flaro. Cranmer tries the inside, slides a little bit too much. Into the chocolate chips he goes. There's Preston. Let's ride on board with them. Trying the inside. Here's the white flag. 1 lap to go. We'll stay with them. You can see the reaction. Tries the inside again. He may have to slide it in. Winner of this heat starts in 2nd. That may have done it there for Jeff Flaro. Cranmer digs it. Final time off the corner. Flaro takes the heat win. Preston, Steve-O, and Mike Cranmer round out the transfer spots. Taylor Wineland will have to go to the B main. That was a fun heat race. 3rd heat race of the evening is brought to you by our friends at the World of Sports podcast. Come relax, laugh, and have a great time with Mike and Rod as they take a dive into the crazy, exciting, wonderful world of sports. Enjoy guests, current events, and the hottest topics in today's sports. If you love sports just as much as us, join us and let's enjoy the wonderful world of sports. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Here's the lineup for heat race number 3. It is Jesse Bandy out of the Bandyville Race Car Shop and Joe Halter. They make up row number 1. The 2nd row is Chris Steele and Kyle Sargent. Row number 3 is Jeremy Paulson and Chris Forsyth. Meanwhile, while we're at it, let's know who you were rooting for in the chat. Show you some of the people we got watching here. Next says, missed joining the C Division by like 20 seconds. Had to go take care of something. Jeff Kemper says, at least I'm not the only one who almost falls out of the seat in virtual reality. That may be the that may be the text, the message of the day. See that? That's pretty funny. So ready for our third heat race of the evening. There you see the field of 6. Top 4 transfer in. Winner starts from 3rd position in our feature tonight. The sun's starting to set here in Pennsylvania. Halter and Bandy, the front row, ready to take the green for heat race number 3. The lights are on. It's time to go. Bandy sends it in early in 1 and 2, gets up into those chocolate chips, opens the door. Top 4-0 battling for the lead. Kyle Sargent had a major neck code. He makes a nice save, back to 4th. Halter leads over Bandy, tries to shut the door on the Bandyville race car machine. Chris Steele was in 3rd. Kyle Sargent trying to pull the bump and run on Chris Steele. Say it's time to go, my man. Back out front. Halter and Bandy. Bandy tries the outside up on the cushion. Does he have the run off the corner? Yes, he does. Jesse Bandy to the race lead and says bye-bye from Joe Halter. Top 2, the same gap. Kyle Sargent trying to make his way up. He did pass Chris Steele for the 4th position, and now Chris Forsythe tries to close in on him in the battle for P4 on track. Forsythe gets a little bit wobbly, opens the door for Paulson up on the outside to take away 5th. Let's go to 2nd position. Here comes Sargent, rocking the top shelf. Takes it away from Joe Halter. Now can he close in on Bandy is the question. Halfway home here in heat race number 2, heat race number 3. That's how the gap looks. Bandy 1/10 of a second faster than Sargent. In fact, Bandy just had the fastest lap of this heat at a 17:51. Chris Steele way loose off of turn 4. This allows Paulson to close in. Paulson takes it down to the inside, slides it in front of Paulson, slides it in front of Chris Steele, and Steele takes away 4th back. It's going to be a fun one down to the end. 2 laps to go, 1 up on its side, and that's Forsythe. He's out of it. He'll have to go down to the B main. Continuing on in the battle for 4th position, Steele trying to close away, trying to pull away from Jeremy Paulson and close in on Joe Halter for P3. Meanwhile, on the white flag lap, 1 lap to go, and it's all been Jesse Bandy for the rest of this heat ever since he took the lead away from Joe Halter. Here's the checkers. Bandy wins heat 3. Sargent, Halter, and transferring in Chris Steele over Paulson by half a second. So our 3rd heat race is in the books. I'd like to give shout to our sponsor for our 4th heat race, Maurer Farm Management, official partner of the Coast to Coast Racing League. 6 drivers, we take the top 4. Here's how they line up. It's Jack Clevenger and Austin Marlett on the front row. Row number 2, Nicholas Schell and Daniel Vaught. And in row 3, Randy Shreves and Brennan Lacey. Taking a look in chat as well. And I see the Bassman Roger Craig not able to watch tonight, not able to drive with us tonight, but he's able to watch tonight from Cornwall, Ontario. He says, put on a show, boys. That we will. Next watching from Nampa, Idaho. Oh boy, Steve-O's going at it. 57th, the text shed plays. Uh-oh, ding dong, ding dong. Here we go. Jesse Bandy is getting a request to get his setup looked at by Race Control. That is pretty funny. One lap till we get the green flag for our 4th heat race. Winner of this heat race will start from P4 tonight. Our feature will be 25 laps. While we're at it, we can take a chance to mention this. Make sure you hit subscribe for the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube. Tuesday, we've got Topless Tuesdays, brought to you by Icon TV. Welcome Home Wednesdays feature the Hometown Heroes with Virtual Grip Network from Volusia. Thursdays is Thursday Night Thunder from Extreme Speed TV, featuring the Dirt Modifieds and the King of Dirt series. And then Icon TV returns on Fridays with Icon Sim Sports Friday Night Light. Street stock limited late models and finishing with 360s. Heat 4 is green. Clevenger with a big send early on, but Daniel Vaught wants it back. From 4th to 1st in the span of a lap, Daniel Vaught can say goodbye. I'll take my 4th starting spot right now. But Jack Clevenger is going to give him a fight. Clevenger keeping it up on that outside. The top has started to thin out a little bit in terms of the cushion. The track is really slicking downhill, that's for sure. Let's see if Clevenger tries another lower groove. And he can't get it. This opens up the door for Brendan Lacey, who had to start from the rear of qualifying. Was not allowed to qualify, started from the rear of the heat, and he's all the way up to 3rd position trying to challenge. Clevenger taking a peek down low. It's a 3-car battle for 4th position in the feature tonight. Remember, we talked about Lacey a lot last week. Finished 2nd. A little bit controversial. As there we go, Daniel Vaught tries to slide up on Clevenger. They touch. Clevenger somehow moves his way by and takes the lead away. Vaught tries to get it back. Here's the slider for the 180. Clevenger wants to cross over off the corner. Oh, Vaught got tied up there. Allows Brendan Lacey to lose some time. Randy Shreves takes a piece at 3rd. 3 to go in our 4th and final heat race. So Clevenger, then Vaught, then Lacey, the top 3. Lacey trying to fight it back in. On board with them all over, Daniel Vaught. Vaught almost scraped the wall, but he's really kicking the tires up with the rubber. A slider attempt by Lacey. Vaught on the crossover allows Clevenger to pull away. Lacey fights back up on the outside, takes away 2nd. Final lap underway in heat race number 4. If Lacey wants to get the lead from Clevenger, he's gonna have to come and get it. And he's right there. Clevenger sends it in for the final time on Clevenger. Lacey, he's got it. Brendan Lacey, send it in, big fella. Takes heat race number 4. Clevenger, Shreves, and Vaught the top 4. How do you like that? So the heats are in the books for the Rebels, and we get set to go for our B-Main. The B-Main, brought to you by Chip Bangers Racing, an official partner of the Coast to Coast Racing League. So from the looks of it, we're trying to make sure this is correct. Yeah, and we got it correct here. Austin Marlick does not make the call to the grid. And so the top 6 you see there will make it. We didn't see Marlin for time trials. Wasn't sure if he joined late, but I guess that he got told that he was ineligible due to what his incident level looks like in the Raiders division. Here's the lineup for the LC for the B main. Joe Backus and Taylor Wineland in row number 1. Jeremy Paulson and Nick Schell, row 2. John Rayner, Chris Forsyth in row 3. B main is set for 10 laps. Everybody transfers. Schultz said Shed Production says LOL. Ryan Bayer from Rochester, New York. Appreciate you tuning on in. Craig Piper rooting for Randy Shreves. And Chad Cote, who appreciate the shout out from you earlier, man, says what a bye race, Lacey. Wowzers. So 10 laps, everyone transfers in. You see the crowd there on the infield. They're liking what they saw. They had a great view for the big time move that Brennan Lacey made on Jack Clevenger to take the win. Green is out. Joe Backus that fires it off the start early. Taylor Weinman tries to get a peek down, looking for a much improved B main after what happened in his heat go all the way back from 2nd to 5th. Trying to see if he's got some of the low line contact from Backus, and around he goes. And all by himself, barrel rolling is Jeremy Paulson, and somehow the car keeps going. That was a wild flip. Jalen Weiland continues to lead on Nick Schell and Chris Forsythe. Let's take a look for the first time tonight. The Malcolm's Mills Mill Ready replay show you what happened to Backus and Paulson. So Backus turned it way wide and came right down into Jeremy Paulson. And look at the ride from the 000. Yowzers. I'll tell you this, by the way. I'm looking on one screen, both iRacing, Streamlabs OBS, and SDK Gaming, my live timing software. On the second screen, I'm watching Steve-O, and his reaction to that crash was just hilarious. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. So it's Weiland leading, Chris Forsythe second, Nick Schell third, John Rayner is fourth. Jeremy Paulson is still running out there on track in the 5th position. Fastest lap in this heat, in this B main so far, goes to Chris Forsythe at 18:35. Perhaps the biggest surprise of everyone to be in this B main is Nicolas Schell. 6th in points coming on in. Just 16 points behind Chris Schaefer. And is in 3rd. Forsythe continues to close the gap down at an 18.24. We're going to compare the laps once again. Oh man, Forsythe continues to close the gap down. Just an 18.18, 0.3 faster than Wineland. He is within striking distance and could pass him on the last lap. We'll check the gap this time. Weiland still slower by a little bit. 2 laps to go. The gap increases to 0.8 of a second for Taylor Wineland. Forsythe is driving it in hard on the moisture spots. Final lap underway in the B main. I don't think Forsythe's going to have what it takes to get to Wineland. Down the back chute for the B main. And Wineland takes the B main over Forsythe. Nick Schell, Jeremy Rayner, Jeremy Paulson will round out the drivers that finish the B main. So B main festivities are in the books. So we will pause here. We're going to take a look first at our go into our intermission. Our intermission is brought to you by Icon Sports. They'll have our warm-up watch for the season. Icon Sim Sports aims to bring the sim racing community a one-of-a-kind fixed chassis experience like no other while Yes, while exemplifying extraordinary customer service to its patrons. Imagine having a sim racing chassis built specifically for you. A custom chassis engineered to accommodate you and your needs while replicating the look, feel, and design of a real race car. Check them out online at www.iconsimsports.com. Here's your Icon warm-up watch. Continuing on with our warm-up watch here. Just over a minute left to go until we take the green flag. Watching some of your favorite drivers out on track. There you see Steve Ovens in the 85 making it in, currently 18th quick in the warm-up. Only 19 drivers have decided to take time in the warm-up. So far it is Jesse Bandy, the one that got requested to hit the tuck shed. Only the quickest with an 18.26. Mike Kramer trying to improve a time, currently 18th quick, 19.321. Brandon Schultz says nice run, Lacey. And Coast2Coast Racing Experience was rooting, that's pretty much Roger Craig, was rooting for JR, which is John Rayner. You can see how much this track is definitely slickened up. Now, we don't, usually on Mondays, we don't like to show you the track from getting completely slicked in warm-ups, but we will now this year with the Icon Sim Sports warm-up watch. And John Rayner has gone around and will request a new car. There's Sargent, 2 wins on the year, looking to go 3 in a row. That has not happened in a while in the Coast2Coast Racing League. Clevenger currently 9th quick, 18.763, and that does it for warm-ups. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 25 laps coming up for the Rebels. Here's the starting lineup. On the front row, Ross Carina in the 010 and Jeff Flaro in the 200. Row number 2, Jesse Bandy in the 57 and Brendan Lacey in the 414. Row number 3, it's Tyler Wilson in the 042 and Preston Cranmer in the 07. Row 4, Kyle Sargent in the 91, Jack Clevenger in the 78. Rounding out the top 10, Jeff Fitzpatrick in the 4 and Steve Ovens in the 85. Row number 6 is Joe Halter in the 22 and Randy Shreves in the 56. Row 7, it's Mike Schultz in the 016 and Mike Cranmer in the 70. Row 8, Chris Steele in the number 80, Daniel Vaught in the 180. Row 9, Taylor Wineland in the 005, Chris Forsyth in the 225. Row 10, Nicholas Schell in the 512 and John Rayner in the 302. Row 11, Jeremy Paulson in the 000 and Joe Backus in the 46 rounds out the field. So we are set to take the green flag to pace laps. The rules here for features look like this. Starts are on the green, restarts are on the leader. The restarts are single file maintained. There are no wave rounds, there are no black flags cleared. There is 1 quick repair for all drivers. Caution laps will not count, and we'll have 2 green-white checkers if necessary. Let's show you once again the plethora of onboards we have. There you see Preston Cranmer in the number 07. And we'll pull up the Outlaw there. There you see him on the outside row. And then you see Steve-O in the number 85. As we get set to take the green flag. That's Ross Corinna in the 010. You're watching him. The Steve King Foundation pace truck. Pace in the field, and we are set to go racing for our feature. 25 laps, top 10 if your IL counts are allowed to transfer in. Apologies, technical difficulties. They come off of turn number 4. First feature of the evening is about to go down. We're green. The start brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Oh my goodness, you may want to turn Ross Corinna into a pace car. Well, everyone is 2 by 2, and there goes the Outlaw and Clevenger. Preston does not look happy. There you see him trying to wheel the car back to right side up. I don't think he'll be able to. Man, 2 weeks in a row that Preston has had to deal with that. So lap 1, not in the books until we take the restart. And for the first time in the feature, we'll go to the Indianapolis Mills right now. See what happened. Oh, contact from the 42 of Wilson. Just sent him pirouetting. Not the right E1 on lap 1. Let's watch Kramer's onboard here. So he'll have to use a quick repair. That is something he did not expect. See him trying to upright it, but cannot. Be 1 lap to go until we get the green flag. The start, by the way, was brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Get hats, shirts, and more from 4-time Weekend Speedway champion and current ASCS Rookie of the Year, Dylan Westbrook, in the Coast to Coast Speed Shop or on the Coast to Coast website. The replays brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Millwrighting, based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm's Mills Millwrighting is a full-service millwrighting contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Check them out online at mmmillwrighting.com or on Facebook. Ross Corinna, and my goodness, what a start he had. Pulled away big time from Jeff Flaro, Jesse Bandy, Brennan Lacey, and Kyle Sargent. They're your current top 5 as we are ready to take the green flag. Here they come into the restart zone, brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. And Corinna once again checks out big time. Here comes Jesse Bandy up on the outside. Hugging the cushion. The battle for third is on with him and Brennan Lacey. Low line Lacey going at it once again. We got contact behind them. And we had reports that Tyler Wilson had crashed. No caution though, we stay green. Battle for the lead. Jeff Flaro takes a look inside on Ross Corinna. He takes the send into the corner, looks for the race lead on the bottom. Can he get it to the point? Flaro recently won a couple of weeks ago. And that was last season. Flaro clearing Corinna for the race lead. Yes, he can. New leader, it's the 200 of Flaro. Flaro just made a move up from the Raiders division, able to finish in the top 10 and move his way up. It's a 3-car battle, meanwhile, for the lead. Here comes Corinna up on the top side, trying to close in on Flaro. Meanwhile, Brennan Lacey is third, Kyle Sargent is fourth, and how about Stiegel in the 5th position while the top 4 have checked out of the hotel. Others is having fun in 5th. Here comes Floro back inside. Corinna took the lead back at the stripe. Track has definitely gotten slicker and slicker big time. We have reports that Jesse Bandy crash won't bring the yellow out. Here comes Lowline Lacey trying to look for second on Corinna, and he backs out of it. Man, he lost a lot of time to the top two. What can Corinna do off the corner? Does he have the lead? He's got Floro clear, and there's Floro with a crossover. 3 wide for the top spot. Corinna back out front. Lacey gets by Floro while the 200 does a wheelie. Battle for 5th is on. Randy Shreves, who is up from 12th to the 5th position, looking to get by Steve-O for a top 5 spot. Let's try and pull up Steve-O here as we'll get on board with them. That's what it looks like. Let's see his dash. 100 miles an hour at Williams Grove Speedway, currently with the 5th position. I think Randy Shreves is right next to him. There you see him, right behind him, right there. Look how close that is. And that's just from the bumper cam. Best battle on the racetrack right now. And we've got a battle for the lead starting to heat up. Lacey inside on Corinna. He got second from Floro. Can Lowline Lacey get the lead as they work on Jesse Bandy? Caution is out on the track. Not just yet. We've got carnage on the front straightaway. And that is Chris Forsyth in the 225. That has gone around. Let's take a look at the Malcolm's replay and show you what happened. He's battling with Wineland. Oh, they just got together trying to make a pass. Oh, that's a hard shot. Came down onto the Gambler Motorsports VOT machine. Oh, man, took another shot there. I couldn't see who that, I think, was that Wilson? I don't think it was. It was a yellow car. That may have been Nicholas Show. We're going to rewind this thing. Nope, that was Tyler Wilson. That is a hard lick. It's right on board with Forsyth. You know, he does have that message, be smart, but somebody wasn't being smart on track. I'm not going to say who it was, though. So 1 lap to go until we get back to green. They'll be coming into the A&J Custom Creations restart zone, specializing in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. A&J provides trophies and plaques to all of the Coast2Coast Racing League Division champions. Contact Andy Patton to order your custom creation today. So we'll put 12 laps up on the board this time when we get back to green. Brendan Lacey is the leader, Ross Corinna second, Jeff Floro third, Kyle Sargent fourth, Steve Ovens is fifth, Randy Shreves is sixth, seventh is Joe Halter, eighth Taylor Wineland, ninth Daniel Vaught, and Chris Steele rounds out the top 10. Here's the restart. Lacey trying to pull away. Meanwhile, Floro wants second off of Corinna, but look who's trying to enter this battle. You know him as the man that's won back-to-back. Sargent looking for 3 wide, going for third on Floro. He's got it. I can't recall the last time someone's ever won 3 in a row in the Coast2Coast Racing League. He's got 12 laps to prove it, but it's going to be tough. Currently in third place, Kyle Sargent. He wants second now on Corinna, while Lacey pulls away in the lead. Lacey's opened the gap up to about a half second on Corinna. Back over to the battle for third. Flaro wants a piece of Sargent as he tries the bottom. Meanwhile, Steve Ovens up to the 5th position. How about Steve-O with an incredible run tonight? Started from the 10th position, was able to miss that lap 1 accident to get all the way up to P5. Behind him is Joe Halter and Randy Shreves going at it for 6th spot. And Shreves has P6. Inside, a run from Jeff Flaro on Kyle Sargent off the corner. But meanwhile, the battle for the lead is on. Ross Carina trying to close back in on Brennan Lacey. 8 laps to go. That's the onboard from Carina. That's what it looks like from our roll bar cam. But that's what it looks like from the visor. He is right there down to 0.2 of a second. He tries the top shelf. It's thinned out big time. A guy who likes the high line versus a guy who likes the low line. Low line's got the advantage. Let's compare the lap times. Who's been the faster car? Carina was a 1/10.5 faster on lap 17. Other than that, it's been pretty much even. 7 to go. Here comes Carina up on the outside. They were at a photo finish at the start-finish line. You can take a Kodak picture with that. Carina still fighting it up on the top shelf. He knows where he's better at. Lacey knows where he's good at. Here they come. 5 to go. Again, dead even at the line. Caution waves, and I think it was Lacey that led him, and he's in the lead. And the caution is out for Chris Forsyth. That's his 2nd accident of the day. Let's go to the Malcolm's replay and show you what happened to the driver of the 225. Again, battling with Taylor Weiland. Oh, excuse me, that was earlier. That was earlier, apologies. This is the yellow we've got now, and it's with Chris Steele and Randy Shreves. This was a battle for, I want to say, the 6th position. Yep, there's Ovens in 5th. Oh, what a shot. Oh, my goodness. And he went out of the track. Out of the ballpark. Chris Steele says goodbye home run. He clipped the inside guardrail just all by himself. Wow, that's a first for me. So we'll have 5 laps to go. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know that battle between Brennan Lacey and Ross Carina was getting oh so good. It's about to be better, possibly. We may have a 3-man shootout if Jeff Flower can get back in the fight. The Steve King Foundation pace truck will go into this time by. Could be the final time, could be 2 more times. Lacey, Carina, Flaro, Sargent, and Ovens is the top 5. Here they come into the restart zone, brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. And Lacey's on the gas. Everyone first going to the lower groove. I think there's that Ovens up on the outside, or is that Sargent? That Sargent rocking the top shelf. And here we go once again. Lacey on the bottom, Carina up top. 4 laps to go at Williams Grove Speedway for the Rebels. Don't forget, coming up next, the Renegades. Can he close in? Right now, it's a ½ second. Carina seems like to have a car that's suited for the long run. It could be tough. Gap is a ½ second. 3 laps to go for Brennan Lacey. Trouble for Randy Shreves in the 56. Caution flag is out, and he brings it into the pits. And I think we may have seen Mike Schultz also involved too. Here's the Malcolm's replay. Not over yet. So Shreves goes up on the outside. Tries to cross over. Oh, he just spun it by himself and lands perfectly into pit road. And iRacing calls that a caution flag. A nice save from Randy. It's like parallel parking there. He panicked when he saw Mike Schultz come into the pits. So this will be a 2-lap shootout, folks. Lights are still on. And we should be going green next time by. So let's reset the field. Brendan Lacey is just thinking, what do I have to do to get the win? Well, 2 more laps to settle it. Ross Corina second. Jeff Flaro is third. Steve Ovens up to 4th position and by Kyle Sargent. Sargent's 5th. Taylor Wineland is 6th. Joe Halter 7th. Daniel Vaught 8th. Jeff Fitzpatrick 9th. Jeremy Paulson is 10th. A 2-lap shootout to determine who wins it. Lacey, Corina, what a restart for Corina. Matched Lacey perfectly, and he's there with 2 to go. Is it gonna be enough? Corina keeping the bottom, switches up top. Lacey throws the block, and Corina goes top shelf. Is it gonna work for him? Off the corner, here's the white flag, 1 lap to go. Corina trying to find as much as he can of moisture. Flaro back in 3rd in case something happens to the top 2. Corina's got to try and set it in. Final corners, and it's going to be Brendan Lacey. Off the corner, Lacey wins at Williams Grove. Flaro 3rd, and ladies and gentlemen, Steve-O finishes in 4th position. But it's Brendan Lacey that gets the job done. Hey, Steve-O, if you're hearing this, go invade the top 3 photo, man. I just want to see Steve-O. He did avoid it. He came across the start-finish line on his cool-down lap. So happy. But Brendan Lacey gets it done. We will talk with your top 3. And again, we will talk with the top 3 very quickly. So stand by for that. And we will talk with your top 3 very quickly because, of course, we know coming up next is the Renegades feature. By the way, John Hines just joined in. To my surprise, John, what do you think of that feature?
Well, it was exciting for sure throughout the field, and I've been sitting here all night and kind of watching and listening, and these guys put on a heck of a show. We'll see what happens for the Renegades. Hopefully we can match the level of excitement from the next race.
Son of a gun, I just realized you were in here. I would have had you call the race with me.
It's all right. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know when the mics were cut or whatnot, so it's all good and whatnot. So like I said, we'll be here for the next race.
All right. Let's make this quick. Let's start things off with Jeff Flaro, 3rd place finish. Jeff, you were up there with Lacey and Corina earlier on. Just what more did you need? And we got to make this quick, too.
Yeah, I was struggling. It was getting awfully slick out there. It's so easy to make a mistake, but I'm just happy to be in the top 3, and congrats to those guys.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
My wife. and you guys.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate the time, Jeff. Nice job.
Thank you, man.
Jeff Flaro, our third place finisher. Let's go to our second place finisher, that being Ross Carina. Ross, that was an incredible effort. Was it that caution that came out at the long run that pretty much sealed the deal? Because you had the momentum to catch up to Brennan Lacey, and we got to make this quick, too.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that caution with 5 laps left, but what do you do, right? I think I had him on the high side if we could have kept going, but that's the luck of the draw.
The final restart, you matched Lacey perfectly. Is that what you probably needed as well to have that feeling that you would have had a chance to win it?
Yeah, I knew if I was going to have any chance, I had to get it pretty good. And the one before that, I kind of legged off a little bit, and it wasn't a very good restart. And this one, I think I hit it pretty well and at least gave him a run for his money, but just not enough.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
The guys over at Phantom Motorsports, sponsors, Power Outdoors, Velocity Race Design, Weichel Sportswear, Highside Media, and then you guys for putting on the broadcasts, and everybody over at Coast to Coast for putting on the league.
All right, Ross, we'll let you go. Nice job.
Thank you.
Ross Carina finishing in second spot. Let's go to Cool Ray Victory Lane and talk with your race winner, Brennan Lacey. Brennan, I'm going to make this quick, but I have a feeling you've got, you can take a deep breath now after all those yellows.
Oh yeah, especially with Ross. You know, Ross is one of the top ones here in this league, and it's tough competition knowing that he's right there behind you. And I was just lucky to get around him, honestly.
Yeah, how were you able to get by on that low side as well? Get the lead. Was there still just some low line moisture still there? And I know we call you low line Lacey on the broadcast.
You know, it's starting to that way. I used to be up top all the time. Now I'm going to the bottom. You know, I got this set dialed in, and like last week I was on the bottom at Fairbury, and I don't know. It's a good set that we're starting to build around here at Vanderbilt. You know, and he was able to keep enough in the moisture and capitalize on his mistakes and keep it up front.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Big thanks to Vanderbilt. You know, great group of guys, and glad to have them all back running this league again. You know, and a couple guys haven't ran in over a year, and they made it up to the A division tonight. So one of them from the C. So big shout out to JP there, and you know Fitzy and all the boys back there.
All right, we'll let you go, man. Nice job. Congrats.
Thanks, sir.
Brennan Lacey takes home the win. Let's show you your official result. Our Gambler Motorsports Hard Charger Award goes to the driver of the 005, Taylor Weiland. Started from 11th and finished in the 6th position. So there you see your top 18. Let's give you 19th, Chris Steele, 20th, Randy Shreves, 21st, Mike Schultz, and 22nd, Jack Clevenger. We're going to pause here. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, it'll be Renegades time around Williams Grove. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready to go for the Renegades, brought to you by our friends at Dillon Westbrook Racing. Marty Scala alongside the professor himself, John Hine. John, we've got a good one coming on up. We'll just start with this. You expect the same thing we're going to see from our Rebels transition to the Renegades?
I think everybody is probably in their haulers and doing the old Lightning McQueen, I am speed. This is a bad, fast track, and the speeds are going to be there early. Everybody's going to be almost hammered down. Lots of excitement, lots of high speeds, lots of drama.
Let's show you this as well. You know, we've been using the onboards a lot these past few weeks. Here's how it looks like. We've got 4 different onboards to show you. We've got Stephen Ovens, Stephen Fernberg, Brandon Dittmer, and Chad Cote providing us with onboards throughout the evening. Qualifying about to go down, and that is brought to you by our friends at Alex Bergeron Racing Setup Shop. Here we go for qualifying. We will watch the first driver that pops up. That is Patrick Spangler in the 051. Off of turn 4 for Spangler. His first lap is underway again. If you see purple on your screen, that means it is a good lap, folks. Stephen Fernberg currently with the quickest time at the moment at a 17.334. Stephen Goldner goes to the top. 17.3. 17.295 if you want to be exact. Daniel Vacha snatched it back away. 17.259. Who's going to improve it this time? Can Stephen Goldner get it back up? The answer is no. Ross Carrera, meanwhile, is taking the quick time back. 17.136. That's going to be, let's see if he can get it to be faster. Yellow in sector 1, yellow in sector 2. Let's go to Jeff Flaro in the number 200 from the Raiders to the Renegades. Been a good night for him. We actually got a couple of drivers from Raiders to Renegades. Flaro is one of them. Steve-O is another amongst the notables. Flaro goes 11th at a 17.485. G.J. Boydell on lap 2 puts it up to 7th. 17.417. Here's Kyle Moon in 4th quick at a 17.27 with just a minute left to go in qualifying. See if he can put that in the purple. He can put it in the purple for sector 2. Waiting, I think it's the same lap. Yes, 17.269, but he is the fastest of all drivers in sector 2. Barry Goldner comes to the stripe And he is 22nd quick, 17.731 with 30 seconds left to go in qualifying. With a quick time of 17.136, back-to-back quick times, the driver of the 010. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Ross Carina. Qualifying brought to you by the ABR Setup Shop. 3-time World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series champion on iRacing, Alex Bergeron, is your coach and your setup builder for iRacing with more than 7 years of iRacing experience. The goal is to make you the fastest on the track without any exceptions. Don't look any further. ABR Setup Shop offers weekly official iRacing setups, custom setup requests for your specific races, and most importantly, one-on-one coaching sessions. First heat about to go down. That's brought to you by our friends at the Super Dirt Car Series. It's the Northeast Premier Series, showcasing the big block modified premier drivers. From Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. They're the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. They're the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series. Here's the lineup for the first heat race. It's Jeremy Paulson and Steven Fernberg on the front row. Row number 2, it's Steven Goldner and Ross Carina. The third row, John Short and Brandon Dittmer. And starting from 7th position tonight, that is Nathan Aldrich. John, I didn't get a good look at it, but you would probably know better than me, but do we have an over 24 car count?
I think so. I think we got a 25 or 26 car count. So a couple guys will not be going to the main tonight.
So good to know here. So got a couple of drivers to focus on. First off, showing our onboard camera here for us, we've got Brandon Dittmer in the number 83. There you see him. Just waiting to go. Starts from 6th in heat race number 1. 8 laps, winner of heat race number 1 starts on pole. While we are waiting, who's your one to watch out for here, John?
Well, Ross Carenta has been on a rail all night. 2 poles in a row here. He's quick time. Even though he's starting 4th, just a reminder to everybody, some of our first-time watchers, we do invert the heat races, so the top 4 are inverted here. And Ross being the quick time, he's starting P4 there. So I'm going to watch him, but, you know, you can never I feel like a fool anytime I predict somebody in a race that's got Steven Goldner in a sprint car in a 360. So, you know, this should be a barn burner here, and it's good to see him, his teammates back here up front there. You see JP up there, and man, this is gonna be fun.
While we wait to take the green flag, a couple of things we can let you know here. Our pace truck brought to you by the Steve King Foundation, formed to help the dirt track racing community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, track operations personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious illness, injury, or death. Check out the new Coast2Coast Racing School, where our league's top drivers have volunteered to help league drivers improve their driving skills free of charge. They will be offering help on various skill sets, such as qualifying, driving lines, driver awareness, and setup advice. Go to c2cro.com to schedule a session.
You know, Marty, I forgot one other driver in here. The guy that here the last couple of weeks thinks he's Kyle Larson, has won everything in sight. John Short's on that back row. So, yeah, I rescind my pick. I don't know who the heck to pick on this.
This is a big surprise considering that he has won the last 2 races. He's your points leader, and he starts in 5th. That's not an invert position. He is literally starting in 5th in this heat.
He's just wanting to give them a head start, I think what it is.
I could see that possibly. But we're ready to go. Green flag racing. Jeremy Paulson, Steven Fernberg, the front row for heat race number 1. And we're green. It's Fernberg that gets the jump early. 3 wide for 2nd off the corner. Ross Carina looking for 2nd. He went from 4th to 1st this time. Oh, what a save! What a save! As Paulson and Goldner go around. But let me tell you something, Brandon Dittmer gets up to second, but Ross Carina was headed for the B main. He just
that was
got
a heck of
lucky.
a save there.
My
And it looks like
goodness.
he's got some damage too. He's keeping that straight, and it looks like he's got some damage on that left rear. That car, the attitude of that car does not look right going down the straightaway.
Yeah, look at that left rear. I think that's likely a broken suspension or a flat hoosier.
Yeah.
So, but John Short got his way by. He is up to third position. And second with the quickest lap of this heat right now is Brandon Dittmer. Let's ride on board with them. He is right there on Steven Fernberg, and he is focused. Cross flags are up, four down. Track tacking at the moment. There is a nice little cushion. Here's Dittmer, takes a peek inside, wants the race lead, looks for the slide job. Can he get it? Here's the reaction off the corner. Not yet. That allows Fernberg to pull away just a little bit. Dittmer has to wait. Got to be precise on making this move. Steven Goldner currently with the final transfer spot, even after wrecking over Jeremy Paulson. 2 laps to go, John.
Yeah, and it looks like Dittmer's trying to size him up. You know, it's one of those classic cases where I think Fernberg is stronger on one end of the track and Dittmer's stronger on the other, so they're kind of yo-yoing the distance between them.
By the way, Ross Carina could not handle the car anymore. He wrecked. We'll get the replay after the checkers. Fernberg versus Dittmer, who's starting on pole position tonight. Dittmer takes a peek down to the bottom, but off the corner. Steven Fernberg starts from pole position tonight. Let's take a look real quick at the Malcolm's replay. Show you with Carina. Remember that left rear was being a pain in the rear end to Ross Carina. And he just caught the wall. That's how it looked. We won't fast forward. You saw what happened as a result. You know what? We're going to go back and watch Carina one more time. We got a lot of time.
Yeah, and Marty, you know, iRacing used to tell us we would get what we call a meatball flag to say we've got damage. Well, iRacing did away with that a couple months ago. So if you get damage, you don't know that. And, you know, so he's out there, and he probably didn't have any kind of idea that he had any significant damage there, and it looks like it probably got the better of him.
And, you know, something else to add, John, even if you have a meatball flag, you can still keep racing with no problem on dirt. It's just the oval and road is where you have to be a little bit careful on.
Yes, and you know, and everybody had figured that out, and then they took it away, and I had mixed emotions about it because it was kind of a pain to see it. And half the time when I got one, I didn't really need it either. I could keep speed and everything else, but when you really have something go wrong, you don't have any way of knowing, and if you're under caution or whatever, it takes you a lap or two to figure it out, but if you're doing that at speed, things like what happened to Ross there can happen.
Second heat race is brought to you by Pet Partners, the leader in promoting the benefits of animal-assisted therapy activities and education. With more than 10,000 registered therapy animal teams making more than 3 million visits annually, Pet Partners serves as a diverse and respected nonprofit organization. If you or someone you know is interested in pursuing a rewarding volunteer experience, Pet Partners can assist you at both ends of the leash, helping you become a registered therapy animal team. For more info, go to petpartners.org. Here's the lineup for heat race number 2. It's Nick Vick-Ray and G.J. Boydell on the front row. Row 2 is Chad Cote and Blake Chapman. And row 3, Patrick Spangler and Barry Goldner. We are carrying an onboard tonight with Chad Cote. For those wondering, there you see him. Hi, Chad, if you can see this. I'm going to move him up just a slight tad, make sure he looks a little bit more perky. There he is. Now he's looking like a man. All right, ready for the green flag. Let's go. Oh, man, what a start for Nick Vick-Ray. He's gone. And I mean gone. G.J. Boydell is second. Battle for third, meanwhile, is on between Blake Chapman and Chad Cote. Cote takes a peek underneath. Does he fall back in line? Got to be careful, though, because Patrick Spangler right behind him. So Cote with the final transfer spot at the moment. John, one lap is in the books. It's Vick-Ray, Boydell, Chapman, and Cote.
Yeah, it's nice to see one of the C2C instructors, if you will, leading this race there. That's one of the guys that volunteered, and he's out front here. But, man, I tell you, not a whole lot of daylight between him and second place right there.
That is G.J. Boydell in number 15. Just had the quickest lap of this heat at a 17.61. The top 5 are nose to tail. You can put them under a blanket. That's how close they are. Let's ride on board here for a lap with Chad Cote, number 11, to show you what he's seeing.
And Chad's kind of a meat and a sandwich right there. He's in a transfer position to make it to the A, so he's trying to get around Blake, but yet he's got Patrick Spangler right behind him, so he's got to play offense and defense at the same time.
There you see Spangler right behind him on his rear end shot. And there's Spangler trying to take a peek inside. Chapman inside on Boydell for second spot. 3 to go in heat 2. And there's Chapman with the slider, the defending champ. Wants to get second spot. Meanwhile, Nicholas Fickrey has checked out. Look at Cote got tied up with that, but keeps 4th position. Here comes Spangler underneath. 2 to go, John.
Yeah, getting dicey there for second, third, and fourth. And then now look at Spangler. He's got to go low and try to take over that 4th and final transfer position.
We'll see what happens. Coming to the white flag this time by Boydell, Chapman, Cote, Spangler all together. While Nick Fickrey is checked out. 0.6 of a second lead on G.J. Boydell at the white flag. Will these be the positions that seconds and fourth stay in? Or will something big happen? Final turns. Chapman goes underneath. He wants the slider. He wants second spot. Is it going to work? No, it's not. He may lose third. He keeps third. Nicholas Fickrey wins the heat. So Fickrey will start from second spot. And we have got a good front row for later tonight. Heat race number 3 brought to you by the World of Sports podcast. Come relax, laugh, and have a good time with Mike and Rod as they take a dive into the crazy, exciting, wonderful world of sports. Enjoy guests, current events, and the hottest topics in today's sports. If you love sports just as much as us, join us and let's enjoy the world of sports. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Lineup for heat race number 3 looks like this. It's Jeff Flaro and Bob D. Good on the front row. Row number 2 is Kyle Sargent and Daniel Vaught. The third row gives us Jeff Barker and Terry Landis. So field rows off here. John, who's your one to watch?
Well, again, you know, with that invert, you know, the second row are the fast, the 2 quick guys as far as qualifying goes. But I've kind of been watching, you know, the 91 there, Kyle Sargent. He's been strong. I think he's picked up a couple of wins in the Rebels. I think I'm going to watch him and see what he can do tonight up here in the Renegades division.
Sargent starting from 3rd position in his heat tonight. While we're at it, give you this opportunity to tell you what is coming up this week around the Coast to Coast Racing League for broadcast. Topless Tuesday is at Eldora with the Midgets. Wednesday, Volusia, Hometown Heroes. A&J Custom Creations broadcasting the 305s. ABR Setup Shop with the 360s. Cool Ray has the Pro Late models. Thursday Night Thunder has 358s, the big blocks, and the 358 King of Dirt Series for Lernerville. And then Friday Night Lights, also at Williams Grove Speedway. All right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Next week for us, we are at Lernerville in Pennsylvania. That should be a lot of fun. So again, 8 laps. Top 4 prior to the green are inverted, so that makes Daniel Vaught the fastest car for the Renegades. Top 4 transfer to the feature. Everyone else will have to go to a last chance showdown. Not a good start for Jeff Flaro. Bob the Good comes out with the early lead of the new orange and blue number 7. But Flaro stays side by side with the Good. Flaro was good in the bottom in the 25-lap feature just about a half hour ago. He's got the lead. Here comes Daniel Vaught inside on Bob the Good. Oh, he slid up to him on John the Good. That puts them back to 4th and 6th respectively. Vought's still in a transfer spot, John, but I'm sure the good will not like that.
No, he scrubbed way more speed, maybe than what Daniel anticipated, and left Bob with nowhere to go. I'm sure, Daniel's teammate, I know that he probably feels pretty bad about it, but that doesn't make any difference to the 7 car right now. Hopefully he can get that back spot. He's not that far behind Jeff Barker, and we've got half this race here, and he does look to be a little quicker than Jeff, so maybe he can recover and get into the transfer spot up here.
Taking a look at this 17.94 for Vaught and 18.12 for DeGood. Flaro currently leading by a quarter of a second on Sargent. The 91 up there tries the outside, can't get up to that right rear sneaker. Like a battle of Corinna versus Lacey, part 2. One tries the high line, one tries the low line. It's Flaro versus Sargent for the lead with 3 laps to go. Here's the crossover to the inside. Sargent wants the race lead. Slide job. Sargent gets into the chocolate chips, enough for Flaro to come back. And hello, Daniel Vaught. He wants to be in this party. Flaro clears on Sargent. Does Sargent go for the crossover? Not just yet. 2 laps to go. They keep the cushion. Sargent on a lower exit compared to Vaught and Flaro. High side entry for the number 91. This could help big time at the white flag. What a pass! Sargent just blew by Flaro for the lead of the white flag. Oh, but Flaro's not out of this yet, though. Final lap, final corners. Flaro gonna send it in. He's looking for first and not gonna get it. Kyle Sargent. How about that? He starts from 3rd tonight. Professor, how did he do it?
Man, just got a really good run at a really good spot. He looked like he timed it, spent a lap there setting that up, and he executed.
That he did. 4th heat race brought to you by Maurer Farm Management, an official partner of iRacing in the Coast2Coast Racing League. The lineup for heat race number 4 looks like this. Kevin Fry and Brandon Templeton on the front row. Row number 2, it's the Professor John Hine and Kyle Moonen. Row number 3, in his first Renegade event in a while, the one that's probably the most pumped up of everyone in this heat race, that is Steve-O and Jeffrey Kemper. And I'll show this for everyone at home again. Steve-O's gotten on board with us for tonight. Let's adjust this once again. There you see him. Getting ready to take the green flag. Look at that, he's got the CRSA Sprints logo, Mike Emhoff Motorsports. Good choice there indeed for Steve. As we get ready to take the green flag. Take a look in chat and see what you guys are saying. I haven't looked in a while. Brandon Schultz rooting for Kyle Moonen. Roger says our original champions on the back row. That was from the previous heat race of Landis and Barker. Brandon Schultz rooting for JP. And also rooting for John Short from Roger. So ready for the green flag. And it's coming next time by. Appreciate you all coming on out tonight on the Coast2Coast Racing Network. We've got a fun one coming up next week at Lernerville Speedway, and I love it when we go to Lernerville, so don't miss out on that. Brian Templeton, the front row, as we get ready to take the green flag for 8 laps. Top 4 transfer in. Winner of this heat race starts from P4 in tonight's 30-lap feature. It's on! And Templeton got away with the jump early. Look at the set by Fry. That may have been too big of a set for French Fry. And he's all the way back to the 3rd position. Brandon Templeton bicycling off the wall. He is back to 6th. Oh, big crash, and that's Fry. What is happening? The top two are pretty much out of it, and it's Kyle Moonen from 4th to 1st who's taking the lead early. Heinen's up to 2nd, and look who's in 3rd. Hello, Steve-O. Battle for the lead is on between Moonen and Hine. Again, winner starts in 4th position tonight. If you lose, I think you start in either 8th or 9th position, depending on how many heats we've got. I believe this is the final heat race of the evening. If not, we got one more. Ovitz is currently 3rd. We've got the battle for the final transfer spot between Kemper and Templeton. Templeton trying to rebound after a bad start. Getting on the cushion in turn number 3 and 4, getting the wall. And trying to slide back on Kemper. The 181's got 4th. It is a 3-car battle for the race lead. Moonen, Hine, and Ovitz has joined the party with 3 laps to go. Right on board here with Steve-O as he tries to close in. Digging the wheels to the right. 2 more circuits. Top 3 all have a chance here to take a win. Nice diamond by Steve-O at the white flag, 1 lap to go. Trying to look inside on Hine. Here's the slider for Ovitz. Can he get 2nd spot? He could try and clear up. He could try and clear up. Not yet, but he's got one last chance for 2nd. He takes the high side instead, and Kyle Moonen's. Oh, there's some contact. Ovitz is in the wall. He keeps 3rd. Moonen wins the heat, and Kemper holds on to 4th over Templeton. Whoo, man. That was a heat with everything, John.
Yeah, I got to catch my breath there.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. So our B main is set to go, brought to you by Chip Bangers Racing. So we have transferred 16 drivers in. 1 driver will be going home. Here's how the lineup looks. It's Jeremy Paulson, Patrick Spangler. On the front row, Bob DeGood, Brandon Templeton in row number 2. Ross Corinna, Barry Goldner in row 3. Jeff Barker, Kevin Fry in row 4. And Nathan Aldrich starts from 9th position. So as the field gets ready to roll off here, John, we've got a lot to watch out for.
Yeah, and even a little bit of drama here. You know, it says they're taking 9, and oh, it looks like 9 are in here. So I guess we are going to fill out the field here tonight. I was thinking we were going to have one that would go home, but maybe not. But man, I tell you, this is going to be fun to watch these guys because it's essentially a different practice session. But yet you do want to pass guys here because the more guys you pass here is the less guys you have to pass in the main show. But this is a really good time to just try different lines and just get comfortable with where you want to run tonight and start making a plan for that.
Absolutely. We should give you as well while we were at it, as we'll have 1 lap until we get the green flag. I haven't talked about this yet tonight. Our Renegade standings coming on in. Jonathan Short with 2 wins on the season leads Kyle Moonen by 4 points. And they're pretty much the only guys in this battle right now for the championship. Because 3rd with it's Blake Chapman, he's got 175 points, tied with Brandon Templeton. 5th is Patrick Spangler with 171 points. 6th, Steven Fernberg with 154. 7th, Aiden Young with 152 points. 8th, Jeff Kemper with 151 points. 9th is Kevin Fry with 146. And 10th, Preston Cranmer with 142 points. Here we go to take the green flag. 10 laps. We'll focus on the battle for 8th position throughout this B main as we are green. quickly. Oh my goodness, what a flip. Templeton and Paulson. Who's going to get away from the scene first? It's Templeton. I didn't think we'd eliminate one after turn 2, John.
Yeah, just close quarters. It really narrows up coming up out of the corner there. And on the first lap, you need to just kind of hold your line there. And I think two guys kind of went for the same spot on the track. They got hooked, and that was a big hit by both those guys.
Woo! Barry Goldner, though, just got loosey-goosey off of turn 4. Terry Landis. It's going to be Jeff Barker takes away third. Meanwhile, a top 3 driver from the Rebels feature, Ross Corina, all on Patrick Spangler for the lead, takes a look inside. Here's the slide job by Ross. Almost had too much of a slide job, but Spangler crosses it over. Nice pass by Spangler. Both of them hold the bottom groove, and Spangler leads them. Jeremy Paulson is out of the race. He will not race in the 30-lap feature tonight. Brandon Templeton will have the final transfer spot. Change for 4th position. Barry Goldner and Jeff Barker go at it, John.
Yeah, right there. You got a 3-car battle for that spot. And with a little bit of contact, and you know, the last race, that's where a lot of guys lost control of their car, albeit briefly, but coming off that corner, guys would really kick sideways and drive down the track to try to catch them. I think that's going to be the trouble spot in the feature a little later on.
Corina up on the high side where he goes, hits the easy button, and takes the lead away from Spangler. With 4 laps to go, let's see if he can open up this gap, John.
Yeah, I got to believe that he will. He's just been too strong all night, and you really, we saw Brendan Lacey give him a good run for his money the last race there, but I just think that it's, see you later here for right now for him.
Real quick, let's take a look at the replay brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding. See what happened. Oh, they just touched Mills off of turn 2. Oh my goodness. Templeton up into the fencing. It was like he was taking a plane trip up to Disneyland.
Yeah, it was a real hard hit. Both those guys actually took a pretty good hit. And when these cars, being the open wheel cars, once they lock wheels, you're a passenger at that point.
Absolutely. Having some technical difficulties currently at the moment. We should be reaching the checkered flag here for Ross Corina. Here comes off of turn number 2. I think we may have already reached it.
Yep. Ross takes the win. Patrick Spangler finishes 2nd. And Kevin Fry will round out the top 3.
So that is how it looks. And that does it for that. We're going to get right into, we're going to go to a break here real quick. And when we come back, we'll give you our Icon Sim Sports warm-up watch. Stay with us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Cool Ray, the Coast to Coast Racing League, and all the fine drivers and sponsors, we thank you for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. It's now time to meet the field of 24 ready to take the green. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup. On the front row, we've got Steven Fernberg in the 29 and Nicholas Vickray in the 00. Row number 2, Kyle Sargent in the 91 and Kyle Moonen in the 24. Row 3, Brandon Dittmer in the number 83 and G.J. Boydell in the 014. Row 4, Jeff Flaro in the 200 and John Hine in the 71. Rounding out the top 10, John Short in the 51 and Blake Chapman in the number 20. Row number 6, Daniel Vaught in the 180, Steve Ovens in the number 85. Row number 7, Stephen Goldner in the number 30, and Chad Cote in the number 11. Row 8 is Terry Landis and Jeffrey Kemper. Row 9, Ross Carina and Patrick Spangler. Row number 10 is Kevin Fry and Jeff Barker. Row 11, Bob DeGood and Nathan Aldrich. Row 12, Barry Goldner and Brandon Templeton. And Jeremy Paulson has been granted a provisional to race with us tonight. 1 lap to go until we get the green flag. As we get ready to go to green, here are the drivers' onboards that we will be watching very closely tonight. There you see Steve-O there. Let's take you here. You can see everyone here on your screen as we await the green flag for 30 laps around Williams Grove. Two by two. Next time they come by turn number 3, they'll be roaring at a speed of over 100 miles an hour. As we say, race fans, it's time to strap in and hold on tight, because these men are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer. It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway. The start brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Look out, we've got a scatterfold. Blake Chapman was off the pace big time, makes an incredible save. That puts him all the way back to 17th position. But early here, Steven Fernberg leads lap 1. Kyle Moonen up on the outside on Kyle Sargent. That is for 2nd position. Can he make the pass work? Not just yet. Yes, he can actually. Moonen is up to 2nd. Sargent back in 3rd, and Flaro is 4th. Can Flaro get the inside work this time? Hang on, we got trouble. Big wreck behind them, 2 on their sides. Templeton is one of them. Bob DeGood, Jeremy Paulson also involved. And I think we got some drivers that may not be happy with each other. So stand by here. Here is the Malcolm's replay. Start with Nathan Aldrich, I believe. Oh no, it started in front of him. Oh man, is that Spangler? I think that is Spangler. That was first involved, yeah. Let's watch here. Watch Spangler in the 051. It's Kemper. Oh, he came down into Spangler, the 2 touched. And that's what led to that accident off of 4. So they are in the pits. Start was brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Get hats, shirts, and more from 4-time Oswego Speedway champion and current ASCS Rookie of the Year, the 47X of Dylan Westbrook, and the Coast to Coast Speed Shop on the Coast to Coast website. It'll be 1 lap until we get the green flag. Your replay was brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing, based in Oakland, Ontario. Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing is a full-service mill writing contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Check them out online at mmillwriting.com or on Facebook. We're getting ready to come into the A&J Custom Creations restart zone, specializing in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. A&J provides trophies and plaques to all of the Coast2Coast Racing League Division champions. Contact Andy Patton to order your custom creation today. Fernberg restarts as the leader. Kyle Moonen is second. Kyle Sargent third. Jeff Flaro is in fourth. Brandon Dittmer rounds out the top 5. Back to green and a big stack up behind the top 2. Sargent was caught sleeping. Oh, Sargent tried to slide up in front of Flaro, and Flaro takes away third position. And some lag situation with Sargent. He scrapes the wall. We got junk behind them. That's Ovens in the 85 that's also involved, and there's another driver. That is Dittmer in the number 83. And there you see, excuse me, that is Chad Cote. There's Dittmer. Does not look like he is in the best of things right now, so let's take a look at our Malcolm's Mills mill ring replay to see what just happened. Got in the points leader, John Short, which sends him around. And Steve-O had nowhere to go. And let's show you what it's like from Dittmer's perspective, and he can see what he's thinking right now. There. And now we go to Steve-O. With nowhere to go. So set for the restart this time brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. Steven Fernberg still leads, followed by Kyle Moonen, Kyle Sargent, Jeff Flaro, and Brandon Dittmer. Tell you what we will do here. We will ride on board with Steven Fernberg as we get ready to go back to the green flag. Trouble behind them. This is a big one. Is that Cote? That is Sargent. That's a big one. Got another one upside down. That is Steven Goldner. And we are back to yellow. This is another crazy one. I think that's our third caution, if not fourth. And we are only 4 laps in the books. Sargent. Off the corner. Comes down into Dittmer. Wow, that just sent him up on his lid. They were still wrecking. In front. And let's show you Steven Goldner's perspective. We'll go from a wide shot here with Goldner. That's what we have. That's what you call weight shifting, folks, and he should still be good to go. And he is. Real quick, let's ride on board with Kyle Sargent. Yeah, if we have time to go on board with him real quick. Show you what he saw. Tomorrow next to him, or I should say in front of him. damage. Five laps will be complete when we take the green flag. Steven Fernberg leads, Kyle Moon in second, Jeff Flaro third, Brandon Dittmer fourth, and John Short rounds out the top five. Then it's Nick Vick-Ray, Stephen Goldner, Daniel Vaught, Ross Carina, and Terry Landis. Back to green. Fernberg takes it up on the outside. Here comes Flaro underneath for the race lead. Could be from third to first, or even from second to first. Can he get it to work? No, Moonen nearly went 3 wide for the top spot. But we're back to caution again. Ay, caramba. And it's for Kevin Fry in the 21. It's been a rough race like the Rebels at Fairbury last week, folks. Come up into Landis. Oh, there's contact with Barker. Just sent him around. Did he clip that inside wall too? That inside fence? Let's take a look.
There was also trouble towards the back. I know Steve Owens was in it, I too think. So there might have been two different incidents.
Thank you. So we did have two different accidents. Watch this. This is between Sargent and Ovens. Ooh, Ovens came down to Sargent and around they went. That's a tough break for both of them. They had incredible nights.
Yeah, it's incredibly slick out here, guys. This is where you've just got to have a lot of discipline with your throttle control. If you light these tires up and get back into it too hard, it's just going to kick the back out. And if you're around somebody, you're going to either right rear them, or when you overcorrect, when you get it under, you're just wrecks. And that's what I'm seeing happening here a lot. You know, and I'm out of it for the night because I got a black flag. The thing was green to go into the pits, and I got right to the cone, and it shut the pits down. So all kinds of hazards out here tonight, Marty.
Now, you should still be good, John. I see you still driving on the track.
Yeah, but I got a 15-second penalty at the end of the race, so unless I get out front and pull away, which not going to happen back here. Too many landmines to get through.
Unless you had nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to go back to green. The lap was counted. And Jeff Flaro is the leader. Kyle Moonen is second, Brandon Dittmer third, John Short fourth, and Nick Vick-Ray is up to fifth. Then it's Stephen Goldner, who is rebounding from a prior accident. He is in sixth position. Ross Carina seventh, Daniel Vaught eighth, Terry Landis ninth, Blake Chapman is 10th. We've only completed 7 laps when we cross the line. Flaro keeps the low side, Moonen goes up middle, up, and here comes John Short. We knew he was going to be coming. It wasn't if, it was when. Inside on Dittmer, who's also recovering from a wreck. The battle for third is on. The points leader is here to say, hey, Moonen, you're not taking the points lead away from me just yet. Right now, it would be John Short keeping the points lead, even though Moonen would cut the gap down. I think it would be cut down to like 3 points or so. Oh, there's trouble behind them in Calamity Corner. That is Vick-Ray, and that's Goldner that's also involved. And we're under yellow again. I hope somebody's been counting how many cautions we've had tonight, because I've lost track for the Renegades alone.
Review committee will be busy next week.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing that crew chief handout. Let's see the replay between Vick-Ray and Goldner, brought to you by Melvins. Ooh, first Goldner bicycled. Yeah, he couldn't control that. Vick-Ray with nowhere to go. And it was only just 2 drivers, luckily, that were involved in that wreck.
Yeah, and to give everybody an idea too about the review committee, when I say they're going to be busy, it doesn't mean you're going to see a lot of penalties on the report next week. It just means that they review every caution, and as long as it's not a single car wreck. So, yeah, lots of cautions. They're going to be looking at a lot of incidents.
And that was a battle for 4th position as well. Should be 1 lap until we get the green flag. Brandon Schultz rooting for Kyle Moonen and telling him to stay up top. Doing a good job right now, currently in 2nd position. Remember the gap, by the way, between Short and Moonen coming in was only 4 points. So Flaro leads, Moonen 2nd, Short is 3rd, Dittmer 4th, and Corinna, they round out the top 5. Currently your biggest mover tonight, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. That's currently Barry Goldner from 23rd to 10th. 22 drivers are still on the track as the pace truck is in. Flaro keeps them to the baby bottom, and we're back to green. 1 driver all the way up top. That is Ross Corinna. He loves that cushion. Still in the 4th position. Didn't gain anything. Nearly lost something because of it to Brandon Dittmer. Almost clipped John Short as Dittmer tries to slide it on up. So he goes back to 4th position. That's a good battle on the racetrack. Short's now up on that cushion. Has 3rd. Corinna trying to follow Short. She's right on board with the 010. Started in 17th position. He's got Dittmer right underneath him. Looks right on board with Dittmer. We'll queue up his onboard here in just a moment. Outside of him again, that's Corinna. So Corinna still with the 4th position on the track. This is, by the way, your best battle on track for position. Two laps from now, we'll see the cross flags. It'll be 15 down and 15 to go. On the outside, that is Blake Chapman trying to recover from a lap 1 skirmish. He is up to 7th position, trying the cushion. Can he get a run here for 6th? They're 3 wide off of turn 2. That is Dittmer, who tries to come up top and protect the lane. That is, here comes, is that Barker? That is Barker, 3 wide all the way down the bottom of the track. He's looking for 6, he's got it. They are nearly 4 wide off of turn 2. And you want the best, you nearly had him 4 abreast. Changing spots every single second. Barker trying to take 6 from Chapman. He's got it. Dittmer 5th, Corinna 4th. Top 3 is unchanged. Flaro, Moonen, and Short. For those wondering, by the way, where Stephen Fernberg is falling back to, that is 14th position. Something we did not expect. And John Short, he just jumped to the pits. John Short may have just wrecked it. So Jeff Flaro is the leader. Kyle Moonen is 2nd. A guy who had a chance at 3rd position. Oh man, right when he hit the wall, he may have just hit 12X. Checking to see here. He did not hit 12X because when you hit 12X, that DQs you, takes you out of your car. It still says he is in pit road. I think that hit would have taken him out of the track. Wow. I'm stunned. So move.
Yeah, the only
go ahead.
drivers, as I say, the only drivers that have the 12X are myself and Stephen Goldner. Tough night for us, but looks like Greg Boydell also has a black flag of some sort, so he must have had the same pit issue when I went in.
Not too sure. This is outside of the top 5. They're 3 wide. Barry Goldner, Daniel Vaught, and G.J. Boydell. With 9 laps to go in this feature, coming to 8 this time. Excuse me, this is 9 laps to go. Let's go in front. Patrick Spangler, Blake Chapman. I'm going to try and search this up here real quick and see what happened to Steven Fernberg and how he jumped to the pits. We have it right here. Show you the replay. Let's see what happened. This was under pacing laps. How did this car jump to the pits instantly?
Well, it's not showing him incident out so far now. There's 3, up to 3 that's been incident out. Chad Cote has joined the list there, so
We'll take
it's
a
tough sledding.
Yeah, we'll take a look afterwards. I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's tough sledding out there. Those first few laps are just absolutely brutal. Not reading the track conditions, guys.
Oh, Dittmer. Dittmer's out of it, I think. Yes, he is. Look at this. He is mad. I just saw him just drop all the way down, and he just DQ'd himself, I think. Look at that. Ah, you hate to see it. Williams Grove is not being nice to anyone. He's furious. And we're under caution with 5 to go. And we'll wait to see who it is for. And we had trouble mid-pack. I think we had Daniel Vaught that may have gotten a piece of it. Barry Goldner, G.J. Boydell. Oh boy. Things just changed in an instant, and that's not what Jeff Flora wanted to see. Mid-pack, that's Boydell on the bottom. Oh, Boydell comes up into Vaught. They go around. And there's Boydell up on his side. And Barry Goldner nowhere to go. That's a tough break because those guys were having a great battle. Now, we have a chance to watch this. But what happened to Steven Fernberg? They were nearly 3 wide here. Oh, he caught the wall and got out of the track. The same Williams Grove glitch that we never even realized. That is a tough break for Fernberg, who was leading and even had a chance to win tonight.
And a side note, our point leader, John Short, has pulled back onto the track and is currently 21st, so he might be able to get a couple more spots if some guys fall out here with the last 8 laps with those incidents.
That is going to be tough because next car ahead, that's not Chad Cote, is Brandon Dittmer, who is laps down. Boydell's a couple of laps down. And we can show you this, by the way. Brandon Dittmer just came back, so we're going to show him without a seat, but that is just such a tough break. I think he even faced the Williams Grove glitch too. We're back to green. Either that or Dittmer just got hit with the DQ, so. What is it saying for Dittmer? Is he at 12X?
No, he's not.
Okay, so he must have had the Williams
Yep,
Grove
that's
glitch
got to
too.
be. He's only showing 6.
Flaro leading it, but here comes Kyle Moonen, who will be your new points leader at the end of the night. Closing in on Jeff Flaro, down to 0.08 of a second, tries the outside for the lead. Coming to 2 laps to go. Can Flaro go from Raiders to Renegades and make his first win in Renegades competition happen. Moonen is right there. Flaro playing defensive in the corner, trying to avoid a slide job. Ross Carrera is in third. Oh man, here comes Moonen on the outside. 1 to go. Flaro's gonna have to slide job it. Moonen drives it deep all the way up on the cushion. Can he make the pass work? 3 drivers, a chance at winning it. Moonen clears it. Flaro sends it for the final time. And Kyle Moonen, a points-paying win at Williams Grove. Oh, what a pass on the outside. You love it for Moonen, but you hate it for Flaro, man. Ah, so close.
Yeah, but you still got to tip your hat off to him. What a great evening here for him to come up all the way through and still show here in the Renegades.
Ross Carrena, our second place finisher, gets the Gambler Motorsports Hard Charger Award from 17th up to 2nd. Gambler Motorsports, an esports racing team that competes weekly across the iRacing platform with drivers entered in dirt races, sports cars, asphalt oval, and even endurance races. Like them on Facebook at Gambler Motorsports. So stand by as we talk with your top 3. Well, we already talked with 2 of them earlier. That was Carrena and Flaro. We'll talk to Flaro and Carrena in actually the same order, too. So stand by for that, folks. And we do have Jeff Flaro with us. Sorry, Jeff, we pulled you in maybe a little bit too early. Jeff, just going to start off with this, just from your perspective in the final 2 laps, just what happened there.
Well, great run all around. I guess I didn't want to see that last caution, but these guys are good, so, you know, I'm still learning the slick a little bit. I'm getting better, but that gas pedal can get you into trouble real quickly, as well as help you.
What do you take away from this incredible night making the way up from Raiders to Renegades?
Well, I got some extra laps in, so that definitely helped. I practiced on the bottom, and I wish it would have lasted a little bit longer in the bottom, but I guess I went there too soon.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
You guys, C2C crew, my wife, Glenn Stiers, Oshweekon Speedway, and I had a great night. Thank you, guys.
Congrats on a great night tonight, Jeff. Nice job. Jeff Flaro, our 3rd place finisher. Let's bring in Ross Carrena, our 2nd place finisher. John, you've caught up with him.
Yeah, hey Ross, this is John. I'm in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Well, that was an eventful start to the race and whatnot. You've been on a rail all night. Walk me through this one here. You survived and almost got another win.
Yeah, obviously a little different mindset with this race because I started in the, towards the back. So just try to survive. Hope you're there in the last 10 laps and then try to make something of it.
Well, let me ask you this, because way back when we used to be able to run like in the lower divisions as we got closer to the top. Do you find it an advantage there now running that earlier thing just to kind of get in the rhythm and all that? Do you find that to be any kind of advantage?
I always remember saying that's kind of an advantage for people because they get to practice, but it wasn't really that big a deal. But I think after doing it a couple races here, I think it does make a little bit of a difference. The track pretty much stays the same for both races, so you kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I do a lot of ghosting in that B1, and that whenever I do that helps a lot just from that. But of course, ghosting isn't the same as racing, But man, 2 great runs tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, obviously the guys over at Phantom Motorsports for helping me be fast. Sponsors, Velocity Race Design, Power Outdoors, Weichel Sportswear, and Highside Media.
Well, once again, Ross, congratulations. Good way to start the new year, I guess, so to speak, even though we're week 3, but new calendar year. But good run tonight. That's Ross Carena, the runner-up.
Oh, we cut out Corinna a little bit too early there. That's Corinna, our second place finisher. Time now to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane and talk with our race winner. He's been in this territory before, and that is Kyle Mooted. Coming out clutch once again, Kyle. The high side pass worked for you. How would you make that work? Oh, I think we lost Kyle.
There he is.
There he is. Anyway, let's repeat the question to Kyle. The high side pass for the win. How did you make that work?
Hold on a second. I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
All right. Yeah, if you're Kyle, just end the call and get back in. He's having some technical difficulties right now. So overall, though, John, a great night tonight.
Yeah, it was. What a sweet move there by Kyle, and at the end there, and that's no surprise. He's one of the best and one of the guys to beat anytime he shows up to run with us. And like I said, a little bit of a rough start, but guys settled down there and kind of figured out that you got to watch your right foot. You can't just hammer down, or can't even halfway hammer down. When I was in, couldn't even get to the throttle, full throttle, even down the straightaways. So usually you don't see that on the bigger tracks, but all in all, still a pretty good finish there.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I couldn't hear you at the beginning of that.
You're good. I'll ask you once again though. How did you make that high side pass work for the win?
I don't know, really, to be honest with you. I was pretty frustrated that whole race. I felt pretty good at the beginning, and then I kind of knew there at the end I needed to try something different, and I could see that little patch of moisture, right there, and just needed to get by them. I kind of knew it was quicker through 1 and 2, but I started struggling in 3 and 4.
Yeah. Well, this is the big one for you here, getting the win, your first win of the season, I believe, and also you get the points lead after this race. Short fell back to 19th, so you got a good lead on Short early on here.
Yeah, he'll come back though. He's been good the first couple weeks. I don't know exactly what happened to him right there, but I knew he was behind me and was definitely gonna race for it. So
next week we've got Lernerville Speedway on the calendar. Just what do you expect in that?
Trying to stay out of the field will be my main goal, to be honest with you. But we'll I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I need to get on and run some laps this week. I don't feel like I've been very good lately. So.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
That's all the guys at Vandybilt, Ross Crenna at Velocity Race Design, Alex at ABR Setup Shop, and you guys for the broadcast, and everyone for the league.
All right, we will let you go, man. Congrats on a good run.
All right, appreciate it.
Kyle Moonen takes home the win in Cool Ray Victory Lane. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Your official results from tonight: Moonen the win, Corinna second, Flaro third, Spangler fourth, and Blake Chapman round out the top 5 in a crazy first half, but an incredible second half, John.
Yeah, it was. And like I said, once everybody kind of calmed down a little bit and started running there, the racing got pretty good. When the track gets slick like that, tracks tend to get really racy. Different lines will open up and stuff like that. And no disappointment there at the end of that. Once again, I want to congratulate Kyle Moonen on a great win tonight with a great last pass there, late race pass there. And, man, can't wait to move on to Lernerville.
John Short, 20th place finish. That's a tough break for him. He's got some ground to make up in these next 7 to 8 weeks or so.
Yeah, he does. And then, and there are drop weeks. So, you know what? He might use this as one of his mulligans and still be right there. So keep that in mind. I'm sure John's got that in the back of his mind, too. You don't want to use those up too early in the season, but he's not out of this by any means.
Absolutely. So that will do it for our coverage tonight. Next week, we are at the Lernerville Speedway. That should be a fun one. Broadcast time is at 8 p.m. on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Shout out to all of our sponsors, including our main one, Cool Ray. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing League, our admins include Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig. Roger watching from Cornwall tonight. On behalf of my broadcast partner, John Hine, Marty Sakala, sign off tonight. Congratulations to Brennan Lacey and Kyle Moonen. They're your winners tonight at Williams Grove Speedway.